Praise be to Jesus. We give him praise and we give him glory. We are helping us to practice the discipline of almsgiving. So we saw the Cornelius example. His prayers and almsgiving ascended to God as a memorial. Can you imagine? Let's look at another example practically in Acts chapter 9 verse 36. Let's keep reading. At Joppa, there was a certain disciple named Tabitha, which is translated Dorcas. This woman was full of good works and charitable deeds which she did. So you can't be an ordinary Christian and you are too academic because you have the Spirit of God sitting inside of you and you have confessed Christ. You say you are a Christian, which is okay. But you must do more. You must detail. You must give more weight to your Christianity by applying the principles of love. That's giving. Verse 37. But it happened in those days that she became sick and died. When they had washed her, they laid her in an upper room. And since Lydda was near Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was dead, they sent 2 men to him, imploring him not to delay in coming to them. Then Peter arose and went with them. When they had come, they brought him to the upper room, and all the widows stood by him, weeping, showing the tunic and garments which Dorcas had made while she was with them. This is so touching. Who were by her dead bed? The widows. They stood by him, weeping and showing the tunics and the garment which Dorcas had made while she was with them. So what she was doing? She was sewing and giving clothes to widows. And in her death, they brought these items and showed it to Peter that these were her charitable deeds. In effect, God, look at what she did and bring her back. But Peter put them out and knelt down and prayed. And turning to the body, he said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up. Then he gave his hand and lifted her. And when he had called the saints and widows, they were not left out. So the widows were parts of the ministry. They were actively part of the ministry of Dorcas. That he showed, even in death, they brought the items and they showed it. So Peter, she did this for us. And when Peter, by the grace of God, prayed, and then Tabitha came, the Bible said the saints were there. He lifted her, and when he had called the saints and the widow, he presented her alive. He presented her back to the widows. Why? Because in the eyes of God, when I pray, the charitable deeds of Dorcas, they have ascended before the Lord. So even in her death, God is saying, no, come back. Present her to the widow so that she will continue her charitable deeds to the widow. Look, your giving, your charitable deeds, they are keeping you alive. Because God is looking for people who step into that ministry and bless his people. If you are not there, there will be a gap. Therefore, God will deliver you because of your charitable deeds. Dorcas came back from death and she was presented back to the widows to continue her charitable deeds. I believe she came back because God said, you are not finished with your ministry. Go back and help the widows. I am praying for you that this same faith, this same act of charitable deed, it will come upon you and you have the compassion to do for widows, to do for the poor, and God will keep you alive. This is Pastor Edemado, and God bless you.